The playoffs have returned in the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. We're taking on the Indianapolis Colts in the wild card round. It is a division rival matchup, meaning it's our third time we've played against the Colts this year. It is extremely difficult to beat a team 3 times in one season. We've already beaten them before in 2 higher scoring games this year. Both games that went down to the wire with game-winning field goals with under 10 seconds remaining. These games really could be going either way, and the Colts offense is as potent as any as we've seen built in this series. I'm impressed with the team building and construction they've done. Now, we dealt with a lot of injuries this season, but happen to be going into the postseason now with nobody on the injury report. We're actually fully healthy, while the Colts have 1 player out, and this is a significant loss for them as their top receiver, Jazz Macklin, is not going to play. He scored 2 touchdowns last time we saw him. He is a big play threat. He had his best game of the year against us. But you'll notice here, he did miss some time. He played weeks 1 and 2, and then didn't play again until week 9. He has dealt with a couple injuries. And I didn't realize he literally has 43 injury. An extremely injury-prone player who is incredible when he's on the field. And he had actually played all 17 games the first 2 years of his career. But keep in mind, he is not even their best overall playmaker. That is tight end Richie Kidd. 26-year-old tight end, a 95 vertical threat. 89 short route running, 84 speed. He is the best tight end currently in the franchise, coming off a 982-yard season. Josh Downs at receiver is a 92. So without Macklin, this is still a very good offense. It's just not the same as when they are fully healthy. Quarterback Anthony Richardson may be a superstar dev player, but in the game, with his skill set, the rocket arm, the mobility, and his playmaking, he is, in every definition, an X factor when we step on the field. And we've seen it over the course of this series, the way he can take over a game. It can happen at any moment. Now, we are entering the postseason, playing the best football we ever have in this franchise. I could not believe the run we went on last episode. Our final 5 games, all in a row, scoring at least 28 points in each, with quarterback Chuck Johnson accounting for 0 interceptions in that stretch. He is about to receive a contract, whether it is the franchise tag, a big deal from us, or the least likely outcome, a big deal elsewhere. And we have put together the best regular season we have ever had in this series, going 12-5. We accomplished so many goals this year. And we're going to run through these storylines before jumping into the game. And there's apparently a viral video. Back when the offseason came around, I wanted to see us force 40 sacks. That was the goal. And I guess we didn't meet it. We fell 1 short, actually. I know at least one of these is going to be a good result because we did get double-digit victories this year. For this one, we wanted to run for 1,300 yards this season, and we had a really good running game, and we accomplished that goal. What's our reward for doing so? 2,500 experience, and that's for the entire offense. Brian Thomas says the offense is the strongest area of our team. There are some media personalities out there who would wonder if that is shade thrown toward the defense. Yeah, I'm sorry for being wrong about the 10-11 wins, though. I was selling us a little bit short. He was talking about how you did an amazing job. All right. We have just given every player on this roster an additional 4,500 experience and 7 staff points. I'm about to have 5,000 upgrades here. I can't possibly show every single one, but let's start. First round pick Kevin Parker gets a slot upgrade for catching traffic. And then I go right back to the slot upgrade because I was wanting route running, and I still barely get any. It's one thing to work on, but the catching traffic I've been requesting has gotten up to an 86 when accounting for the morale boosting. I'm giving him return man. I want to use this one, and primarily, I want Kevin Parker to handle punt returns. And this is massive for players like LaDamian Bigby, who are mid-70s, normal development. How are they going to get better faster? By accomplishing these goals. That's about the only resource we have. And it helps out a lot of the guys who didn't even get to play a lot this season. Thomas Ridley, we're looking for route running that will make him more of a starting caliber player for the second season of his career. And through all the upgrading we've gotten this year, we had a 65 short route running on day one. With a boost, it's now at 73. Double fullback upgrade now, Dominique Renard. That's a good one. We didn't play much of Reuben Ross this year, but next season, with the help of these boosts, maybe he's a little bit different player. Now 73 overall with this upgrade. Only a few thousand XP to even reach his next one. I would assume he's a contributor next season. Joseph Bowen gets +2 block shed and 1 power move. Joe Johnson gets a little ball carrier vision. Look at all these stories about us. The media loves us right now entering the postseason. I'm spending some of this coach XP, by the way, for offensive line upgrading, another way to make that go by a little bit better. And we're going to be upgrading the running back development a little bit. But let's also work on the offensive line here with the offensive coordinator. I wonder if the success of this season could lead to one of our coordinators being hired away. I think it's certainly possible. Doesn't seem to happen all that often, but if there are openings, I could see Garrett Pratt being one of the hot coordinator hires of the next coaching cycle. And we know there are already a couple coaching openings based on the news. So at last, let's play some playoff football today. Colts and Jaguars, Part 3. Here in Season 5. Can the Jaguars move on to the divisional round? That's as far as we made it a year ago after our first playoff win against the Raiders in last year's wild card. What will this year bring? Let's begin, everybody. And we are going to see this red-hot offense get the ball first in this game. We are underway from Jacksonville. Reuben Ross on the return. Takes it across the 20. And there is perhaps the next high-paid quarterback in the NFL, Chuck Johnson, who concluded the year with 37 touchdowns total, 11 interceptions. Joe Johnson gets the start, and Chuck Johnson downfield has Brian Thomas. We open with a 29-yard connection. It's become a big play pass game this year, and now a dump-off goes to Curtis Easley, 4 yards. And now Joe Johnson, the first carry of the postseason, is a 9-yard pickup. It's Brian Thomas in motion, and Johnson finds him for the second time. Joe Johnson on third down is not getting the handoff. Great catch by Kevin Parker. Tough conversion there for the Jaguar offense. And now they bring in Dominique Renard. And on first down, Johnson picking his way through and gaining 5. It's been all Joe Johnson so far. 3rd and 2, and he's got the conversion. And down goes Virgil for Indianapolis, and he is their best cornerback. They're already having issues slowing down the offense. Now Johnson right up the middle, powering over a defender, and another one is going to come off the field. Marching down, looking for an opening drive touchdown. Joe Johnson, he's across. And the Jaguar offense hits the ground running in the postseason. And now Anthony Richardson, he gets started and down he goes. Trayvon Walker. It was Walker's most productive year of the last 4 seasons. Following a loss to 3, Richardson going down. It's Jonathan Moore. Looking like the most dangerous team in football right now. 3rd down. Shy of the sticks and incomplete. What happened to this team after the loss to Cleveland? It's kicked deep, and Kevin Parker has to fair catch this one, as we'll have Benji Cormier take more of the snaps on this possession. Here's Cormier to the outside, and no gain. A second carry, and met in the backfield as they get the better of Jelani Swain in the running game. So a big moment for this Colts defense. They have a chance at a quick 3-and-out. Chuck Johnson gets blasted in the pocket, and that drive is over. When our front four gets going, we are a tough defense to move the ball on. Here's Richardson, and it's intercepted! It is picked by Stanley Billups. Lately, we've seen teams attacking him. The Colts are following that blueprint, and look who comes up with the big interception. We know the Colts are going to look for those big plays throughout the game, and that is just blanket coverage. And that is where they are missing Jazz Macklin. They have an excellent top 2 receiver tandem when they are healthy, but now after Josh Downs, it's not as intimidating beyond him and then Kidd at tight end. So the Colts defense put into a tough spot early on, with the offense only running 4 plays to this point, and us having our third possession. Play action. Chuck's going to run it. He has Green, and he's going to get a whole lot more this offseason. But will it be $40+ million on the franchise tag, $200+ million on the mega multi-year deal? First down, Parker inside the 30. Empty, Chalk completes it. Inside the red zone goes Thomas. It's Curtis Easley in motion. Johnson, Parker, down to the 10. That's got to be on them. I saw nothing on our side. Whatever. Johnson, stonewalled, loss of 1. 91 there, Jaguars. That is a big man who's clogged a couple of these runs already. Third down and 6. Colts bring 4. Here's Chuck Johnson. It is almost picked in the end zone. I thought he could have had Parker coming across the field on the crossing pattern, but we get away with one there and bring on Brandon Aubrey, and this game is now 10-0 Jaguars. The Colts have only ran 4 plays in this opening quarter, and they're down 10 with -8 yards of offense plus a turnover. It really couldn't have been much worse for them. Richardson, this is ruled a catch by Jonathan Taylor. We're still a very stingy run defense this season. Throwing hot and nearly picked by Telfer. Is this a running situation now? Third down. Taylor gets the first down with ease. Gain of 10. Taylor again running away from Walker into the secondary. He has lost some speed through regression, but clearly still has enough to outrun really good players. Final play of the quarter, continuing Jonathan Taylor, helping this Colts offense get established. So the running game has shown some promise. How about the pass? That's too quick. Martin Cooper sacks Richardson. It's 4th down. And they will forego a 58-yard try and punt it back. I don't expect this to be returnable. And it is a touchback. Gonna let Joe Johnson handle a lot of these carries early on. But here comes Thomas. Johnson, right side, nothing there. Quick hitter, easily hauls it in for about 5. And on third down, play action, Chuck Johnson, it's knocked away from Thomas Ridley. Indianapolis struggling, but this is a gain of 9, starting now their 4th possession. That's Jack Driscoll. He's going to have to exit. Into the locker room he goes. I don't think you want to be missing offensive linemen for any length of time against us. But Jonathan Taylor is giving them a little bit of hope. Richie Kidd flexed out. Here's Richardson, a stiff arm. Tries to shake the safety Cisco, and he gets the first. And they're just leaving left and right. They are already missing their best receiver. And Richie Kidd's going to exit. Doesn't look serious if he's there on the sideline, but he's not out there right now. They need points immediately. On first down, it's intercepted again! Picked by Billups! And the Jags have it at the 34. A multi-interception playoff game for the second-year corner. This time they're going for Josh Downs, and the ball placement there is not ideal. Downs has to adjust. It allows Billups to catch up a bit and make that play. Cormier, he's cut down. We had some promising runs on the first drive and not much since, as their front four's been putting in pretty good work. That's an underhand flip or a shovel pass. And it's a 4-yard pickup. 3rd and 5. Chuck throwing. And there's a conversion. It's another young Jaguar, Thomas Ridley. Play action. Chuck rolls and outruns 91. And will fly inside the Colt 40. I thought they had him. He's just a sneaky guy at times. Can just escape pressure at a moment's notice. 2nd down, and that's going to be lost yardage now for Easley with 5 catches, 12 yards. Outside of PPR formats, that's not impressive. Joe Johnson, though, hammers away for a conversion. It's out, and now denied. They have not made a lot of plays in the secondary, but that is one of them. Now they send the house, countered, and Easley has catch number 6. We have eaten up a lot of this first half. Now 3rd down. Johnson completes it, and Parker moves the sticks. Throwing over the middle, Parker to the 11. 1st down. How much better has Kevin Parker gotten from day 1 to now? Him winning on all these underneath routes is impressive. Now Chuck is going to extend and get bottled up in the pockets. Grenard and Johnson now on the field. Running it on 2nd and 14, and it is a good run. But 3rd and 8, no easy play here. We go 2 receivers left, 1 right. Parker's isolated. And Johnson looking left, now running. Can he get there? No. But 2 minutes to go now in the first half, and the Jaguars have kept Anthony Richardson on the sideline. He won't need to exit to catch his breath probably the entire game. 13-0 now after our 2nd field goal. Now they have the football here and coming out of halftime. So getting back into this game is firmly in their control with their offense. 2 for 6 first half so far for Richardson, who fires, and it's knocked down. He's now 2 for 7. We have not seen Richardson play quite like this before. This pass is incomplete. Again, tightly contested, J.D. Short. 3rd and 10. They're looking at possibly giving us a 2-minute drill. And they run it. Taylor, he comes close, but doesn't convert. And right back to the offense it goes. It is Parker deep. He takes it, breaks that first tackle. There's the ability already on display. And Chuck Johnson to work again, flying across the middle. Dontavian Wicks makes his first catch. We go empty on 2nd down, trying to beat the pressure. Great catch by Thomas. He has 4 for 53. Johnson, it's incomplete. through the hands of Joe Johnson. 35 seconds left. Chuck, clean pocket, throws a strike, and Parker has it at the 26. Four-man rush. Chuck scans and dumps it. And that might force us to spend this last timeout. Let me get back in. 15 left. One timeout remaining. We'll run one final play, but 6 seconds left as we snap it. Now the pass goes to Thomas, and we get the touchdown. Busted coverage from Indianapolis. He was all alone. And it's been all Jacksonville here on Wild Card Weekend. Or is it Super Wild Card Weekend? Aren't they doing away with that? Either way, Jaguars rolling. Building upon what we've done in our last 5 weeks. One final play here in the first half. Richardson barely gets it away. And it is incomplete. We are on to halftime. 20-0 Jacksonville. One of the most lopsided halves of the year. And I was not expecting the Colts to come out this flat offensively. Things have to change in a major way, and they really have to do it now. They need touchdowns to get back in this game. But the play of Stanley Billups has certainly been a wild card highlight. Anthony Richardson off the fake. It's off the hands of a Jaguar defender, Edgerrin Cooper. He's just playing awful today. He can't stop throwing it to us. Richardson currently is 2 for 10 with 2 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 0.0. The one thing they've done well is see Jonathan Taylor run 6 times for 40 yards. But how often can you really be running the football here when not only are you down 20, but teams that can't throw, well, they can't run either because their game script and their down and distance dictates they have to keep throwing. Now they get a big conversion. And they're out to the 50. Richardson keeping. He eyes the first down and takes on the contact. Richardson almost intercepted by Cooper. I have a feeling we're getting a couple more in this game. I have never seen the ball consistently thrown to the defense quite like this. Short now, and Kidd hauls it in 5 yards. I'll tell you what, though, I've had some games. I've gone through some times in my series as Richardson has the first down conversion where I know I don't have it that day. I keep throwing it to the other team, not on time, nothing's right. At times I've had to just put in the new quarterback and force myself to rewire my brain for the short term and just play and approach the game differently. That's what this looks like right now for Indy. Now, they are putting together their best drive so far, so hold the phone. Can they get some points? Richardson spreads the defense. Taylor hitting us for a big gain, and he will bring it to the 1 on a 23-yard pickup. Indianapolis knocking on the door. Taylor, touchdown, Indianapolis. They needed this score, and they've got to play some better defense now. Returned, and that is Stanley Billups. He has 2 picks, breaks out the spin move, and here is the offense returning. 5 targets to Brian Thomas, all 5 hauled in. Keep throwing it his way. And let's continue to own the time of possession in this game as well. Joe Johnson to the edge, speeding away, first down. Just look at the blocking here on the outside. If this becomes the norm, we need to hit them with a lot more stretches and outside runs. Look at Easley, Thomas, got Grenard, the rookie fullback there, and a 93 speed power back running behind it. Johnson now bottled up. 91 is now limping away. And that is something I'm not sure this defense can afford. 3rd down and 8. They're looking for momentum here in the second half. They try to get some pressure. Johnson caught easily, doesn't get it. Things beginning to turn the Colts' way, but can they keep it up? Now a bad punt. And I'm expecting them to rely a lot more on JT. Now in a 13-point game. Taylor up the middle. Met by Lloyd, gets 4. 2 third-down conversions to this point. 3rd down and 6 for Richardson. Gets it away, and at the sticks has Richie Kidd. Richardson keeping. He angles outside, picks up the 1st down at the Jaguar 43. In the backfield, Edgerrin Cooper stops Jonathan Taylor. Inside, and now he's stuffed on the play by, I believe, Jonathan Moore. We want them throwing right now the way this game has gone. 3rd and 9, Richardson, short, not getting it. Josh Downs out of bounds. And that's going to force them to bring on the field goal team now, and this is a 55-yard try. Kick is away. Has enough leg, and is good. So it's now a 10-point game. It's in reach now for Indianapolis. Very important drive here. Nice job by Easley after the catch. Can we go get some points now and get this back to a 3-possession game potentially? Hopefully next time they get the football is in the 4th quarter. Chuck Johnson, he's got a man open easily again. 1st down. And he looks down. Curtis Easley coming out of the game. He is a warrior, man, always fighting through injury and pain. Gotta love Curtis Easley. Now, Chuck Johnson to Ridley. Down to the 21, filling in for Easley admirably. We also have Joe Wilder on the field. I love our top 3 tight ends. We have such a deep tight end group. Joe Johnson through the middle. It's 8 yards. Johnson again. That's enough for a 1st down. Big spot for this Colt defense, trying to keep up this second half momentum. That's Ridley in motion, has space, but Chuck finds Johnson, who drops it. I'm not even sure if he's 50-50 on catch opportunities this year. 3rd and 10. Colts defending the 1-yard line, and they get the sack. This will stay a 2-possession game. To end the 3rd quarter, the kick is good, 23-20. On this winning streak, we have scored at least 28 points in every game. Will the Colts be able to force us to chase that mark again? They have a chance now to cut this to a 1-possession game. They have a player there in the zone too, I see. So Anthony Richardson, nice job Cooper, not sure why you're on special teams. But Anthony Richardson needs to be at his best and protect that football. Here we are, division playoffs on the line, and the pressure helps force an incompletion. Now we send 4 and get to Richardson. Trayvon Walker. That's Richie Kidd in the zone. 3rd down 15. Richardson intercepted. It's number 3, Billups. And he has had the game of his life. A 3-interception game literally out of nowhere. I don't even know, what does he have for career interceptions? He has been in their hip pocket the entire game. And he might be the MVP of this one, should we hold on. You just never know, guys. The unpredictability in these series keeps me coming back to them. Up the middle, Joe Johnson, not much on it. I mean, the fact that we have a 6th-round quarterback doing what he's doing. Sam Cosme's coming off. That is a big concern. If that's a major injury, he is the best offensive lineman we have. 3rd down and 11. A run that doesn't go far at all. And that's going to bring out the field goal team again. Aubrey again from relatively short range given his capabilities. 43 yards and good. It's broken ribs for Sam Cosmi, and that potentially could keep him out of a second-round game if we win. It has not been the day Anthony Richardson expected. 3 times he's been picked off by Stanley Billups, our 3rd-best cornerback. This has a chance to go down as the Stanley Billups game. And here's Indy at their own 30. Every drive has to be maximized now. Richardson, short and knocked away, and Billups is there again. They have been stranded on Billups Island the entire game. 2nd and 10. Other way. We're all over it again. I mean, the coverage has been so impressive. They've had minimal chances at clean catches, yards after the catch. The ones that have been open have been like 4 or 5 yard plays. Here's 3rd and 6 at the sticks. They'll mark it 1st down kid. Pressure on the way. Again, bang, bang play for 5 yards. Nothing's coming easy. Better protection. Intercepted by Cooper. 4 picks for Richardson. And the Jaguars take over again. That's the big trade deadline acquisition. It was his 3rd chance today. Edgerrin Cooper comes away with one, and we are looking to send Richardson and the Colts home. Chuck Johnson trying to seal things, and Brian Thomas has the first. Up the gut, Cormier now getting 4. 3rd down and 2 for Johnson. That's Parker in motion. And complete to Wicks. Play action. Johnson has Ridley. Good footwork. Don't have to be too aggressive here. A field goal makes this a 3-possession game. Johnson will throw, and he will throw it away. But with Aubrey on for a true chip shot field goal, the Jaguars have again reached 28 points for 6 consecutive weeks. Richardson runs across midfield and puts together one of their best plays in numerous drives. They're down 19. Richardson hit down by Josh Hines-Allen. Throwing again, and it should have been intercepted for a 5th time. Again, the ball was not accurate, was behind the target. Telfer was the first to deflect it. 3rd down and 17. It is a clean catch for Kidd, but now 4th and 9. Richardson short all over it. Sergio Baxter. Jaguar football. You never know what you're going to get with Anthony Richardson, and we have seen him play so well throughout this series. I thought he had outgrown the possibility of games like this. 4 interceptions, a lot of passes that should have been intercepted. He could have 5 or 6 in this game. 4 is generous. The final seconds are coming off, and this is going to be an absolute dominant wild card win for Jacksonville. I don't know why they're still bothering with timeouts. Richardson lofting. No, you can't have that one either. The no-fly zone in Jacksonville extends to even our backups. That was Delonte Reddick. 4th and 4. 4 turnovers. 2 turnovers on downs. No turnover here, but 11 seconds to go. If you want to test Billups again, right here. Let me draw you a map of Billups Island, okay? Richardson on what could be the final play. Lofts it. Incomplete. Clock hits zeros. Richardson One last play, padding the stats on the ground, and we are advancing. The Jacksonville Jaguars aren't just happy to be here. This is a team trying to win a championship. We have won our 6th consecutive game, and there is no team hotter than our Jaguars. Down go Indianapolis. That was a thrashing. 19 for 36 was Anthony Richardson, 132 yards and 4 interceptions. A long of 22. I'm pretty sure we had interception returns that went longer than that. We continue a streak of winning with 28 plus points and no interceptions. Now 6 consecutive games we have met that. Joe Johnson, 68 on the ground, 17 for Cormier. Was genuinely tough to run on this defense, but we did have a couple players leave due to injury. Curtis Easley was one of them. We also lost Sam Cosmi. We'll have to see who is available and who is not in the next round. How fitting he earns an upgrade after a game like that. Just a special game for a player that is still young, still developing, but just gave us a glimpse of what his true potential could be. Yep, we do have 2 injuries coming out of this game. And we are going to meet the Baltimore Ravens in the 2nd round this year. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. In this game, we are going to be without 2 key players. Wow, Curtis Easley is done for the year. Sam Cosmi, broken ribs. He is done for a while. We're going to have to put Easley on injured reserve then, and perhaps look at signing a veteran tight end. No surprise that Billups is the defensive player of the week with his 3 interception performance. Lamar Jackson accounted for 3 touchdowns as the Ravens won their matchup, and we get the luxury of defending Lamar next time. Here is the bracket. It's Jets and Patriots, Jaguars, Ravens in the AFC, while Vikings take on the Green Bay Packers and the Giants meet the Bucks. What a day it was for Stanley Billups, who had no interceptions during the regular season. Those were the first 3 interceptions of his career, and playoff stats don't officially count. Now let's run through training and see if anybody else is missing for this game. The way I always look at it here with the practice injuries is it's like stuff that lingers from the previous game. That's like my headcanon for it, because players don't get hurt in practice frequently during the season, but there's a lot of players dealing with injuries after games, and some are questionable for their next game, some can play, and this is part of why I wanted to do this here, because we're going to be missing actually our top 2 tight ends, as Ridley has a broken finger. And we are also going to be without Jelani Swain at left tackle. So we have a move to make there, because Joe Wilder is like our last healthy tight end in that case. Maybe Bryce Newton then. And we need someone else that can play. Now at tackle, I feel good about playing Anton Harrison. It's why I've kept him. But now I'm a little bit concerned that we're an injury away from needing a tackle out there. So I think we're actually going to make 2 roster moves in that case. Ravens, by the way, are going to be without 2 players, Luke Marshall and George Payton. And I'll cover our signings in the next episode when we get to that division round game. But let's see what the Ravens roster looks like here in year 5. Lamar is still Lamar, best player on the team. Kyle Hamilton, Nnamdi Madubuike, Tyler Linderbaum, a lot of the mainstays are still here. Now, without Marshall, they go down to Deuce Vaughn. You thought it was interesting having the biggest running back in Derrick Henry? Now they have the smallest running back. But I have a feeling we could end up seeing more of Richard Ward. I'll have to check out their actual depth chart and how that's laid out. Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Luke Woodley are the top receivers. Rashard Warner, a 24-year-old tight end who is an 87. Very good speed and acceleration. Catching traffic. Yeah, he's an excellent player. The secondary has Nate Wiggins, but outside of him at corner, it gets pretty thin. And Kyle Hamilton's great at safety, but Marcus Williams is only a 78 and is down to an 85 speed. The Ravens have, of course, been a great running team this year, but they've also been a very good defense. They are tough to run on, and teams only score 21.8 points per game against them. Can Jacksonville move on to the AFC title game for the first time in this franchise? We find out next time in the series. Please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in round 2 as the playoffs continue.